Hey, what's up everyone? It's Melty Gore. I just wanted to do a video about Doom, but at the same time I did another video on Dark Souls for you. I know you guys have been enjoying this series, so I figured I would do kind of like a commentation over it, so you can watch some cool gameplay of us getting farther in Dark Souls. Plus, I can talk about a different subject, totally directed at a different game entirely. So I wanted to talk about the new Doom coming out in May. Um, and I know I've been talking about this game a lot because I'm very excited about it. It is extremely fun. If you haven't played the beta, download it now. Actually, it ends today. So hopefully I get this up before you see it so you know to download the beta. But anyway, so the game is being published by Bethesda, being created by id Software, just like the old ones, which makes it even better. Um, the game is very fast-paced. It is very fun, and I really hope you guys check it out because I want it to do well because I want more. I love it so much. It's so much fun. Um, it makes it really fun for me because I'm pretty decent at it, so it makes it even better. I really like playing games I'm good at. Of course, who doesn't? You know what I mean? So between the alpha, beta, public beta, from what I've played many, many, many hours of it. I did that on purpose because I wanted to give you guys my initial opinions on whether you should buy it or not. And I definitely think you should. If you think you might not like it, check out a bunch of my videos. I did videos on the first beta, videos on the public beta, so definitely check those out. I don't have videos of the alpha because it was confidential. Unfortunately, it would have been really nice to show you the transition. Um, they have a pretty cool leveling up system, so that'll be sweet. You unlock gear and customization stuff and all that awesome stuff. You don't really unlock weapons because once you have them all, that's pretty much it. You know, it's not like Call of Duty or anything, but it works really well. Everything seems to be very well balanced. Early on, well, in the game, you can play as a demon. So in the beta, you're allowed to play as the Revenant, which is, if you've played Doom, is the skeleton guy with the rocket launchers on his shoulders. Um, but in the beta, uh, he used to in the first beta. It was very unbalanced. It seemed you could just destroy everybody, and you still can, and that's the point of it. But they made it just a tad harder, so it's not necessarily like a one-hit kill in a huge radius. Now it takes sometimes two, which is a lot better. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot when you're hearing it from me, but it is much better than it was. And the weapons. So the ones I always use, I usually use the plasma rifle and the super shotgun. It makes a really good combination, and I use the personal teleporter. I find the personal teleporter to be much more effective rather than the grenades, and that's only because grenades. I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with grenades. What am I trying to say? Um, I really like grenades because of what they can do, but I hate them because they're not a guaranteed thing. Um, they can suck sometimes, and I feel like with the teleporter, you can be a lot more strategic. So, say you're running, and sorry, say you're running, and someone's chasing you, you can throw the teleporter out, keep running. Um, as they follow you, use it, and then you're behind them, and you could shoot them from behind. That's one really great strategy I use a lot. Just stuff like that. That's why I use those three the most, and they work out very well. And I love that set. Another good set is the Super Shock and the Rocket Launcher. The Rocket Launcher is really cool, but each gun has its own secondary as well. So, for example, the super shotgun, you hold in the left trigger, which is the secondary fire on most of the guns, and you they call it choking, but you pull it in. You basically aim down the sights with it, and it tightens up your aim, and it's more accurate and powerful when you're. It's harder to aim with it because they slow it down a bit, but it increases your accuracy and damage. So I usually do that whenever I'm shooting it, for the most part. And so that's a really good gun. The plasma rifle has a secondary where it shoots out like an energy ball, sort of, and any enemies that run into this little radius on the ground gets damaged, but if you hit an enemy directly with that ball, it can do quite a bit of damage, and it's very good. I use that all the time. So I do that a lot, and yeah, the rocket launcher secondaries, you shoot a missile, and then you pull the left trigger, and it blows up in midair, so you can kind of aim it. I used to use the rocket launcher a lot instead of the plasma rifle. The reason I stopped is because the secondary is great, but with things like that, and it's the same with the personal teleporter, with it's the depth perception. Sometimes when you shoot something straight, it's hard to tell really where it's at. Um, and because I do that a lot with the personal teleporter, which I've gotten much better with. But the rocket launcher can kind of be a pain because you can't really see where the rocket's at when you explode it, but it's still a really good gun. But anyway, I want to jump back and talk more about the game itself. So the beta had 2 maps. I forgot the names of them, but they are very fun. The maps have power-ups like quad damage. The game is very similar to Quake 3 Arena, if you ever played that, with the arena-based, fast-paced action type of game, you know. So it's very fun, very fast-moving. There's 2 modes in the beta, and there was Team Deathmatch and Warpath. Sorry about that. In Warpath, and Warpath was basically like King of the Hill in most games, but it was one location and it would move around consistently. So it'd be on like a path, and so that was pretty fun. But I played Team Deathmatch for the most part because when I played Warpath, I always seemed to just run around deathmatching anyway. So I just kept playing Team Deathmatch. I did the best in that. I think my kill death is a 2.0 right now, or a 1.96. I think I got it up to. So I do pretty well. I'm excited for the full game to see what else is up in it, and to see what other maps they have, the other modes, and check out the campaign. I'm excited about the campaign. I feel like that'll be cool. But I'm very excited to see how reception turns out for it, because I'm trying to think of how to word this. I'm excited to see how reception turns out because a lot of people are kind of annoyed at this game so far because it's so different from Doom. I mean, for me, I think it's very similar to the old Dooms because the old Dooms were very fast action, quick moving game, you know? You could really race around and shoot people and stuff, and it's very similar to that. And the best part about that was that it was different. It still is different. Aside from Doom 3, Doom 3 was very different from the normal Dooms. What I mean is, Doom is so different from most first-person shooters that it makes it unique, and it makes it really fun. And so I think with that going on, I think that'll help kind of bring something new to the market rather than having the same old Battlefield, Call of Duty each year. Halo here and there. Uh, it feels more like Halo than anything else, but at the same time, it's nothing like that. But if I had to compare it to a multiplayer online game, I would have to pick Halo, just because there's nothing else I could really pick that's modern. If I had to pick any game ever, it would be Quake 3 Arena. Check that out on Steam. It's a pretty cheap game. It's a very fun game. It's pretty old, but it's really good. So yeah, that's basically it on the beta feature stuff, but the full game, somewhere I read, I think there's a wave-based mode in it. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember if there is, um, but I know there is this cool thing called Doom Snap Map. And you know what? This might be where I was thinking of it, but Doom Snap Map is very cool. It lets users create and share their own gameplay modes, so you can create your own map very easily. You kind of pick the pieces of the rooms they snap in. You place down like power ups and stuff, but you can make very cool. Um, you can make very cool modes. Uh, but one of the examples they showed was a wave-based mode, kind of horde-style co-op thing, in which you'd like kill demons, get credits, all of that cool stuff. So you can do a lot with the snap map. So I'm very excited to see how that turns out, and I might get very invested in making those. So yeah, we should definitely make some maps together. I think that would be really cool. And that's where I heard about the wave-based mode. There isn't like an actual mode. I just thought of it. It's a wave-based mode you can get in Snap Map, but Snap Map is extremely awesome looking. So I'm very excited to check that out as well. But anyway, guys, I think this has gone long enough. I'm going to let you go. There's still about 10 more minutes or so of this video, so keep on watching if you would like. Let me know if there's any other topics you want me to talk about, any games coming up, anything I've played that I would recommend, just anything like that. And I will talk to you all later. Enjoy.